Jackson, 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdowns. He's got 18 touchdowns already through 3 games this season. That is the most by one player through 3 games since 1996. Let's talk about the team itself. Louisville, Florida State, of course, #2 team in the nation. What kind of statement? We knew they were a good team with Bobby Petrino, but what kind of statement did they make today?
There was an awesome display. Even more so, I thought the defense really jumped out at me because one of the knocks on Todd Grantham's defense, they do have a bunch of athletes, but they've given up a lot of big plays. And you know what? When you talk about Dalvin Cook and some of, Travis Rudolph and some of the talent that Francois has on offense, they didn't do much damage. They didn't hit hardly any plays more than 20 yards longer today. And I thought that was very impressive. There was no comeback here for Florida State. It was just relentless what this attack did with Lamar Jackson. They just kept coming. Bobby Petrino kept his foot on the gas. And they're for real, and they're going to be fun to watch. We know they have Clemson coming up in a couple of weeks. Can't wait to see that matchup between he and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, they got Marshall next week, Clemson in 2 weeks. Of course, Houston on down the line, but that's for later on down in the season. But Lamar Jackson, once again, those 18 touchdowns, the most since 1996 through 3 games. We knew he was a good player. Last year, he was a pretty good player. But how have you seen his game evolve?
Well, this is the biggest thing. I talked to one of the assistants who just got to the staff in the offseason, came from West Virginia, and he said, my God, this guy is so much better than people realize. And I think, you know what, you can say a lot about Bobby Petrino off the field and his issues. You cannot question how good of an offensive coach he has. And when we saw Lamar Jackson at the end of last season, what he did to Texas A&M, and they have a very athletic defense with Myles Garrett and a bunch of guys who can really run, and he made them look bad and unathletic, and we saw it again today. Again, this was Florida State. This wasn't Charlotte. This wasn't Syracuse. I mean, he is special.